Martin Kenny, and I'm in the middle of my 49th year right now. I started in Pennsylvania, got there till 1990, but I've shot all up and down the East Coast as well as all but 4 states in the country. Right now I live in North Carolina near Southern Pines, so I get around. I've been a lot of different places. I've had a lot of different rigs. Had probably one of the first big custom ones, which was actually a walk-in rig. The Farrier Journal did a story on back in about 1987 to 88, somewhere there, where this is going to obviously be my final rig. Not my final truck necessarily, but my final rig. I had StoneWell build it and installed it on April the 15th. Put a lot of thought into it that I've gleaned from having various rigs over the years and shot for so many years doing different things. But you're never done tweaking. You know, I'll say to my wife, I'm doing the last thing, and she just laughs at me. I have Ryan Wenzel works with me, and we worked out of a StoneWell drop-in before, and we kept getting each other's way. He does my assembly of the pads and those kinds of things that we do. I have my welder over there so I can weld inserts. We do a lot of stuff like that, you know, welding things like this or like this. So on the driver's side, we have our propane tanks that slide out on their own slide out, so we don't have to crawl up inside to hook them up. I also have a hook up there that I can hook up a propane torch to it so that I can do aluminum brazing without having to carry those little 2-pound propane bottles. I just draw right off my propane tanks. Also built a quick switch over. If this Ford starts showing it's running out of propane by the sound of it, all I got to do is walk up there and turn 2 valves, and it never stops. It just keeps on going. We also have a heated drawer compartment so that our stuff that's temperature sensitive, such as dental impression material or adhesives or whatever, in the wintertime we have a thermostatically controlled heater so that stuff will never get too cold on us. I plug the truck in at night so it stays standard temperature all night. The entire body I did have insulated sides-in roof. It's well worth spending the little few bucks to do that. It keeps it a lot cooler in the summertime and helps keep everything warmer in the wintertime. We have a 2-speed ball door grinder. We like the 2-speed because the lower speed we can use on the pads without burning them and melting them. It's also the lower speed I find is very helpful on the aluminum. It actually does a nicer job on the aluminum than the higher speed. We have a bandsaw for cutting pads. I don't particularly like it. Ryan likes it, so I'll put it in for Ryan. We also have a plunge router that I built out of a Dremel tool that we use to cut the inserts out of pads. We cut toes and stuff out of the pads to expose areas that we don't need a slide out vise. We have a slide out tapper when we got to drill and tap shoes. So all that dirt stays to the outside. Then when we pack up, we have a 110 blower with a rubber hose on it that I can go around and I can blow out everything out of the truck so I'm not hauling all the little pieces of plastic and whatnot with me. Come around to the back, obviously we've got our electric cords, we've got our assortment of pads. We use all kinds of different pads for the different things that we didn't get into. We could do an awful lot of therapeutic work, so we have to have all kinds of different pads. These drawers here, I have a welding helmet and that kind of thing in there. In here we've got electric cords and lights, fly spray and that kind of stuff. Everything I keep out of the way so it stays clean. Our nails are in here. Extra hammers, so if we break a hammer handle for some reason, we've got extra hammers ready to go. Up here, just miscellaneous tools, screwdrivers and that kind of stuff. When I'm over here working, I didn't want to throw stuff up here like shoes or tongs or whatever. Just scratch it up or bang it against my drawers. So I took this grill that was made, it's a stainless steel grill that was made to grill fish on your charcoal grill, and I converted it so that I can throw stuff on here. If I'm making a shoe and I can toss it over here, it can cool there if I don't want it to be in the water, or hot tools or whatever. And then when I pack up, it's up out of the way. Leaves against my anvil stand when we pack up. Our anvil storage is under here. That was made for my specific anvil. This anvil I bought in my first year of shoeing. I've been banging on this anvil for 49 years. And so they made that the tip for that. We use a quick disconnect on our propane forge so that way it's easier. When you put it away, you're not wrestling with a hose. Quick disconnect, that's UL approved for propane, so that when we go to pack up, it makes it so much easier. I'm not wrestling with that, that hose. We have a slide out shoe rack. I love that shoe rack. It's so easy to see where everything is. It's easy when I get home just to pull it out and see what I need and what I don't need and restock it. I also have a refrigerator over there. I've got my Equinox kit that I use for rebuilding horses' feet with. Then I have another drawer set that has, in the bottom of it, I have what I call my office, where that's where I keep all my invoices. I pull that out, I've got everything I need right there. The next drawer up is where I keep my laptop. Outside the drawer unit, you'll see that I have a platform I can run my mouse on. I also have a external keyboard, so I can shut all that stuff up and keep the dirt out of it, but I still have access to the things that I need to do the job that's ahead of me. A little bit of antiquity that we put in this past weekend for mixing dental impression material with. That has just been an awesome tool. I just put it in this weekend and we're already madly in love with it. Also have, which you can see from the back or the side, I took pockets off old leather aprons that hold the knives and I cut them out and I mounted them onto a piece of aluminum. So when I don't sharpen knives on the road, I sharpen knives strictly at home. I grind heels on shoes at home. I never grind heels on shoes on the road. I grind them before I put them in the truck because I know I'm going to need to do that. So do everything you can before you get in the truck. That way when you're at the barn, you're saving time. Time is money.